Hi, I'm Mayank, and you're listening to the Demystifying Health podcast. I'm here to share my experiences and learnings to help you to regain your health in a sustainable way. This is the first season of our podcast, and in the upcoming episodes, I'll be sharing with you some key principles or rules that will serve as a foundation to your journey. These are prerequisites not only into your health journey, but to make any big change in life. So let's dive in. Welcome to the very first episode of the podcast. Let me start today with something that is very close to my heart, something I truly believe in, and something that will serve as your guiding light during your transformation journey. This might sound a little philosophical, but bear with me and you will know why. So, the one thing that's constant in life is change. There will always be ups and downs in life, and our circumstances will never be the same at all times. That is also the beauty of life, and that is what keeps it interesting. In my past, just like most people, I struggled for a long time to keep going in my weight loss journey. I was always an overweight kid in my school, but then I was pretty fit during my college days. 20s, anyways, make you invincible. You are usually in the best shape of your life as you are active a lot. You have the best metabolism, and even if you overeat or have frequent parties, you don't put on as much weight as you would in your 30s. So, after college and after starting with my corporate life, slowly I gained a lot of extra weight in my late 20s and continued to do so in my early 30s. I was basically continuing the same lifestyle and eating habits as my early 20s, but I was a lot less active. And because I was a lot less active, my metabolism was a lot slower. Also, my career became the main focus, and living in an Indian metro city with lengthy commutes and 80 hours work week didn't help either. The funny part is, over those 7 to 8 years, I didn't even realize that slowly but steadily I was getting unhealthy and overweight. Anyways, once I realized that I wasn't really looking like myself anymore, I decided to do something about it. So I did exactly what my other colleagues and friends were doing at that time. I joined a gym and also started following a meal plan that my gym instructor prepared for me on the very first day. I followed that religiously for the next 3 months and lost a few kilos. I also felt a little weak due to the restrictive meal plan. I was losing weight, but I wasn't feeling very good, and the motivation started to slowly wane. And then something happened at work. I got a promotion, and I had to travel extensively for the next couple of months due to my new responsibilities. I pretty much took that as an excuse to step away from the gym and slowly and steadily getting away from the meal plan. Today, when I look back, I don't think the training plan or the meal plan I was following was sustainable, anyways. But that is a different topic altogether, and I'll cover that in detail in a later episode in this season. However, once the travel was over, I did go back to the gym and tried a few times to restart my dieting. Followed this again for a month, but then something else came up at work. This cycle kept repeating at least 4 or 5 more times. To be honest, I don't think being healthy was on top of my priority list at the time, and I was always trying to find an excuse to get out of it, whether it was due to work, or due to weather, or due to travel. I would keep losing those 3, 4 kilos every time I started the plan and then gain a few back when I moved out of it. Let me take a moment here and ask you, does this sound familiar? Isn't this what happens with most of us every time we decide to make a big change? Not that I didn't want to lose weight and be fit again, but two things kept stopping me from getting there. Something or the other in life kept happening, and second, I kept losing motivation every few weeks. This has a fancy term associated. It's called yo-yo dieting. And this is exactly what I was doing for a good part of 2 years. At the end of those 2 years, since my first day of gym, I was pretty much the same weight as when I started. Net zero weight loss, lots of lost motivation, and a lot of unrealized effort that I had put in intermittently. At that point, I thought this is a never ending cycle, and this is how it is going to be forever. And I was about to accept the fact that this is what I am now. This is what I'll be for the rest of my life until my daughter was born. Now that changed everything. That changed the way I looked at myself, at life, at other things that I thought were priority over my health. Something changed, and suddenly it seemed that all my priorities had reshuffled. That is when, for the first time, I got introduced to my why. Why I need to keep pushing, and why I need to regain my health. Why being untrue to myself was not acceptable anymore, and why I need to find a way to climb over a wall whenever I hit one in my way. That is when I realized whatever I do from that moment onwards is going to impact my daughter. I had no other option, and I need to be there for her as long as I can. Not just I need to be there, but I need to be in good shape so that I can help her, play with her, run with her, and be somebody she can look up to. That is also when I realized what exactly was missing during my earlier attempts to regain my health. Before this day, I didn't have a strong enough why. To help me regain momentum after every speed bump, I didn't have my why. To keep me going, to keep me improving, to keep me prioritizing my health over other things that seemed more important at the time, but were actually not. I cannot emphasize this enough. Before doing anything else, find your why. The why for you does not need to be the same why as for me or anybody else. It can be anything that is close enough to you for which you could do anything. Looking a certain way because you are fed up of how unhealthy you have become. It can be to improve on your health markers, to reverse diabetes, or to get rid of any other chronic conditions and pains and aches or daily medication that you have had to take all this while. It can be a promise you make to a loved one or yourself, or it can be a simple realization which is a strong enough catalyst for you. Whatever it is, and as soon as you find it out, write it down. Keep it close to you at all times. Set it up as your desktop or cell phone wallpaper. Take a printout and stick it in your room. Do whatever you have to do, but make sure you keep reminding yourself about this why. And trust me, if you have been honest with yourself, this why will keep you going. You will keep finding a way to make things fall in place because nothing will be more important. Every time you slip or every time life happens, this why will help you to pull yourself together, get up and regain that momentum. And the most important aspect of your why is that it doesn't come with an end date. Your why is the journey, and being on that journey forever now becomes your goal. This is the very first principle. I appreciate your time and thank you for listening to me today. This season, I'll be talking about a few more similar principles that are basics. We often don't realize that it is more important to make sure these principles are in place before getting into details, like what training plans to follow, or what diet plans are the best, or even what supplements to take. These principles build a foundation and make it simple and sustainable for us to make that journey through our life and stay fit not just for the next 3 months, but forever. My goal is to help you get started in your journey and, most importantly, help you with tools and knowledge that will allow you to keep moving forward and never look back again. If you like this one, or if you think I can improve, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Also, if you see value, please share it with your friends and loved ones who might benefit out of this. Until next time, take care.